Hey everybody, welcome to episode 31 of Barely a Destiny Show, the show where we barely talk about Destiny. I'm your host, Det Ben Malone, and I got a freaking toy today, and it's the fucking, the Titan, the St. 14 Titan. I had to,
Nice.
I had to fucking ask somebody at Target to go in the back and get it. With
Ooh.
me today, we have my brother, my fire team buddy, Xanafan711. What's up, dude?
What's up, guys? Hey, what do you call Chewbacca when he has chocolate stuck in his hair?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Chocolate chip Wookie.
Wait, what?
Chocolate chip Wookie.
Listeners at home, I'm just very upset now. I was having a good day and then that happened.
We're all very
Oh, man.
3 out of 4 of us are very sorry.
Yeah, and that voice right there is our newest host, returning for the third episode he's been on. Second of the...
Hey, guy.
Whatever. It's Scary Internet Guy.
Hey,
How's it going?
it's good. It's crazy. Pretty hyped for D2, as everybody else is, but things are
Hype
good.
train.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
it's coming out. Anyway. We've also got
Sorry, I don't, have
Slapshot
a, I
Scott.
don't have a terrible joke to tell. Sorry.
No, I'm all worried about this party that's going on upstairs. It's fucking freaking me out. So if you hear weird loud sounds in the background, sorry. There's a baby shower happening right above me. Yep.
Oh.
But we got
Of course it's a
Slapshot
baby
Scott.
What's up, boys? Not playing a whole lot of Destiny this week, but I've been lurking Twitter and all the social medias that I have, which aren't many, to read about all the sweet D2 stuff that's happening. And I gotta say, I'm pretty pumped. I was in the garage yesterday and my phone rang and it was a number I didn't know. I'm like, who the fuck is this? This better be good because I'm covered in fucking brake dust and grease and shit. And it was my GameStop calling me to tell me that they're doing the early pickup and there's a, show up at like 9 p.m., check your receipt, finalize your thing, and then at 11 you can walk away with your shiny new copy of D2. And I'm pretty excited about that because I will be doing that.
Dude, does that mean that you can play the game earlier than everyone else?
Yes, it does.
No,
It
it
does.
still drops at midnight. Wait, it does?
It does.
I thought it
Because
drops at midnight.
All right. They were talking about this on DCP. If you have a
Ooh.
physical copy of the disc, it just works. You have that's your access key to the servers is the disc.
What?
Yeah. So if you have a digital copy like me and Ben do, and we don't even get to preload because we got it through Best Buy. Anyway, salty about that.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So you get to play as soon as you put it in your PS4.
Cancel that.
Oh,
Cancel.
shit.
Paid in full.
Oh, buddy,
Yeah.
that sucks.
Hey, you know what?
$15.
It's
Disgusting.
a video game, and I decided. No, seriously, I've been trying to be like super adult about it, so that way I'm not like losing my mind the whole next day at work. I'm like, I'm just gonna play it when I get home from work. That's it. That's all I can do. Get a good night's rest.
It's okay.
Because
man.
my internet sucks bad enough that if I stay up and try and play it, it will just be like, oh, it's time to go to work, and it's done, and then I'll murder someone.
Yeah. Not me.
Well,
See, I had
okay.
the opposite problem. I usually work Wednesdays as my short day, so that was going to be my plan. But my assistant manager is taking her vacation on the following schedule, so her days off are switched to the end of the week. So I'm off Wednesday, and I have to wait until I get my email from Best Buy to download it. So hopefully I get that email at like 9 o'clock, maybe. I'm crossing my fingers. Because I'm going to be off anyway, so I'm going to be
The
staying
email
out.
should be automated. You know,
Yeah.
like the email should be automated. So hopefully you'll get it at a reasonable time, at midnight or whatever, But then the problem is you got to download it. And
Yeah,
that's
the
what
whole
sucks.
Sony's
thing.
servers are.
Yeah, the whole damn thing. And that's the problem with the disc too, is that there's I'm pretty sure I've gotten 2 patches already, and one was like 7 gigs, and the other one I don't even remember. But 2 patches already for a game that hasn't come out. I'm not joking. 2 extra downloads. So we got it's like 58 gigs, and then another one that was like 6.8 gigs, and then another one happened like yesterday or something. But
Well, and there's going to be one at launch too. They already said that.
there we go.
And that one's like what, 40 gigs? I heard it was big, the launch day patch.
What?
That doesn't make any sense though. That's not a patch. That's the whole damn game.
That's true.
Oh
Yeah,
well.
man, whatever. I'm when I pick it up, I'm putting it directly into my PS4, and I'm gonna have it get downloaded and fired up. And if it actually works early, I'm gonna just play it and start streaming it.
Yes. Oh man, you could pick up so many viewers quick that way because no one's going to be streaming. You're gonna
Yeah.
have
For that
like,
1 hour.
yeah,
Which is
for that
really
1
more
hour.
like 30 minutes.
Hey,
Well,
Well,
Not
except for all the
midnight.
people in like the UK and stuff. Let's not get too excited, boys. Like,
Right.
because the other time zones have it before us.
Oh yeah.
Right.
No,
Oh,
it
that
drops
brings
it.
something up interesting.
It drops it midnight or Eastern, doesn't it? Like it's 9.
It's
9
rolling.
Pacific or something like that.
It's rolling for
Oh,
everybody
it's
except
rolling.
the US. The West Coast gets it
what
at
the
9.
fuck?
Yeah, I'll be playing at 9 p.m.
Yeah.
But,
I'm pretty excited about that.
Uh,
Yeah, my time. It's the same time for you guys. It just, like it
Yeah.
won't be midnight for me.
yeah.
well,
I read a
hopefully,
article-
Crash as hell.
yeah. Hopefully the server crashes and you fucking can't play it. Haha.
Yeah,
You so many
man.
screenshots, man. So
such
many.
saltiness.
That's the other reason why I'm like I'm just gonna do it and go to work because I'm gonna install it, go to work. That way I can come back after they've had some time to repair the millions of people being like Destiny 2. So
Hey man, like I said, I don't care. I'll send out a couple emails, and I got not much else going on, so I'm gonna just start playing and streaming, and maybe some cool stuff will happen. I don't know. I'm kind of hoping it will, but we'll see.
Right.
well guys, we've got so much stuff going on today. So much to talk about, but real quick, I do want to mention at the end of the show, we're going to be playing Cold Front. You can find them at coldfront905.bandcamp.com. They're a cool punk band. I like them. They're fun. We're doing the Breathe Easy stream through DOD, and that's going to be October 13th. So we're trying to think of stuff to do for it, and if you have any ideas, maybe you just want to shoot one our way, something we could do for that. That'd be fun. Send us questions if you want us to answer them on the show. You can do that on Twitter and emails, whatever. We'll do it at the end. And if you want your band to be on the show, just send us an email, and we will play your music at the end of the show and talk about it. And yeah, that'll be fun. I think that's everything. We've got some big shit happening now.
Hype train.
Yeah. So a lot of stuff happened, and maybe let's just I'm trying to think if we should do it in chronological order or if we should just fucking go.
Just go.
Try and start with I guess start with the PC beta.
All right.
Yeah. Because I want to hear about that.
Okay. That's what see, I was like, I'm so excited. Whatever. There's a live action trailer, raid stuff, trials, freaking Cabal books, leaked exotics, PC beta. Whew. PC beta though. Scary and I played it. Scary, what'd you think? Oof.
Okay, so the PS4 beta, going back and playing Destiny 1 afterward, was not that big of a deal. I still enjoyed Destiny 1 very much so after playing the Destiny 2 PS4 beta. After playing it on PC, however, man, going back to 30 frames is rough. Like I have a very modest computer right now. I'm literally playing. I was playing on a laptop, and it's got a 1060 in it and a new i7. But it's not like an expensive laptop by any means. And man, did it run great! Like everything was on high settings.
Yeah.
I was getting 100 frames a second, like at 1080p. During most of it, and it's like this feels good. This feels really good. Yeah, and the mouse and keyboard movement is good.
It feels
So good.
whew.
I'm trash at it. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not good with a mouse and keyboard after having played nothing but controller for the past 3 years. But holy crap, it feels smooth. Like, I can't believe how good it feels.
I think
It doesn't feel like a beta.
what I really noticed in PvP, I felt like pretty bad. Not like, I don't know, not pretty bad. I felt like I did okay, but in PvE, holy shit, I was slaying. I was just going absolutely bananas because the aim is so fucking perfect with the mouse. It's like the easiest thing in the world, and SMG is just a laser beam. Everything's a laser beam.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Absolutely
oh.
going ham too. Like, just there's no reason to even ADS with a hand cannon. You're
Yep.
hopping around. Like, if you're playing Hunter, like, you're just bouncing around, twirl, like spinning in circles, cannon headshots everywhere. Like,
Man. It's
You know,
good.
It's funny you say that. My brother-in-law, or my future brother-in-law, played first time as a Destiny player. He's PC gamer. He's done like Overwatch and some other stuff. And like we talked about it a little bit because he sent me a message that day and he's like, "Yo, I'm downloading the PC beta. You got any thoughts on what subclass I should do?" And I said, honestly, it depends on your play style. So I talked to him a little bit, and he's like, "All right, I'm going to try Hunter first." So he tried Hunter, and then he tried Titan, and then he tried Hunter again because I think he played Warlock and he didn't like the jump. But he ended up settling on a Gunslinger Hunter, and because he liked Darkstrider, and he played that. He thought the melee dodge build was awesome. He's like, I was playing the strike with that, and it was just like, it felt super good, but you know, like he doesn't really like, he understands a lot of video game stuff because he studied like video game design and development in college, and he plays a lot of video games. So like, he's not like new to video games or anything, but there's so many things in Destiny he's asking. He's like, what the fuck is this all about? And I have to figure out how to explain it to him, and I'm like, shit, all this stuff is like so second nature to me being a Destiny player. And so like, I'm trying to explain stuff to him. So he ends up saying, he's like, yeah, like we're talking about weapons, and he's like, yeah, these weapons don't seem to feel really good. He's like, but the fucking hand cannons on the Gunslinger Hunter is baller. He goes, you can just win engagements totally by using the Gambler's Dodge. So like, you pop off 3 hand cannon shots or something, and then you use Gambler's Dodge to reload your weapon, and then you pop off 3 more shots and get another kill and just keep going. It's like, it was fucking ridiculous. I was like, dude, that's nuts.
Yep.
I wish I had.
Cannons are great.
My goodness, like, I want that dodge to be shade step again. I already. But that's,
Would you take the dodge as shade step if you didn't get any of the bonuses though?
yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like the shade step was so good. Shade step made being a hunter worth it, if you ask me. You could slide into a bad situation, pop off a few shots, shade step out, no big deal. You know, like it.
Mhm.
I mean, it was practically Twilight Garrison, but while you're still on the ground.
Yeah. Faster reaction time with that.
It was great. And honestly, like, I was really looking forward to having something like Shade Step on PC, since you wouldn't have to, like, for me as someone who doesn't play with a scuff, like having to hit circle twice really sucked. You'd have to stop looking. So I was looking forward to doing that on PC, but that's okay.
Well, let's not forget too, man. Some Night Stalkers, like I still remember to this very day, D1. We ran into, I think it was 2 hunters and a Voidwalker during the shotgun meta, and they were all fucking blinking Matador. It was the worst thing I've ever played in Trials. I was fucking tilted, but at the same time, I was like, I love these guys because they're doing exactly the type of scumbag move that I want to do, is just like slide in, pop somebody, shade step, or blink out, like just hit them and blink away, because it gets people so fucking heated. But at the same time, I'm like, I'm losing. This is not okay. Like, fuck, this is really annoying.
Yeah, in the PC beta, I found that a lot of times I was losing hard to teams. Like I feel like if I ran up against a team that was playing together on PC, that they were like, "Oh, buddy, you don't know what the fuck is about to happen to you." But also, like,
There were
no
definitely
one.
times we just got wrecked, like, and we just had nothing. Like, there was no way to respond to these people. It was just
Yep.
headshot after headshot, like just getting
Mhm.
destroyed, and like they're using cover really well. Like you could tell that these were, experienced mouse and keyboard players or whatever. Like I felt like some of these people outclassed me in every way, and it's like, whoa, how are they moving this fast? I can't keep up with them at all. And then other people like they had the most potato aim ever. Like there was like no in I feel like there was no in between. We were either rolling people or getting rolled, and like I don't know. Maybe the skill based matchmaking was different on PC. I have no idea.
It was in
that-
the casual playlist.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
that.
If-
It felt different.
Yeah,
It was toned way down in the casual playlist.
Yeah, that's I don't see.
Well-
and it's hard to judge that because am I just bad at keyboard and mouse, or did it get toned way down?
Well, this is coming from like Watts and Tefty. They're saying that they noticed it scaled way down because like they would
It felt
one match be playing against like Lupo and Lumi, and then the next match it was just like these guys are shooting the wall next to me over there, So like it's definitely not you just being bad at mouse and keyboard.
That person shooting the wall was me because I could not figure out what the fuck my mouse was doing the entire time. Like, I got this is the worst gaming mouse, but it's got two little side clickers. And that's
you
cool.
What'd you set them to? What'd you buy them?
I don't like right click as my ADS, so I put the first little side clicker on ADS. And then I put my punch on the right click, shoot is left click, super was click in the mouse wheel, and front click on the side is nade. But if
Nice.
the only thing is I didn't have a button for when I was playing Warlock for my little dash in the air. I could not find a good spot for that. I did find that I was rebinding a lot of stuff.
It's funny. Like I said, I was talking to my brother-in-law. Oh, go ahead, Steve. Sorry.
I was trying to find a good button for him. I said tilde originally, but that's too far.
I think some people were using that as like weapon swap.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what my brother-in-law was using. He said he mapped. I think it was space was jump. I think he mapped his super to one of the right clickers and melee to a left one or something like that. But he did say there was some in-air dash button that he used that was like on the controller thing or the button layout. He mapped to it. He goes, "This doesn't do anything. What's this in-air movement thing?" And I said, "I have no idea." I said, it might be for Warlock. I said, I haven't played Warlock at all. Like past playing the one mission before the Destiny 2 beta shut off on me.
Yeah, that's what it's
Because
for.
it was just like late whatever night, so I didn't get a chance to. But yeah, we were talking about that.
I feel like
Yeah,
if I
and
had
honestly,
one more mouse button.
You have one more mouse button?
No, if I had one more, that's all I would need.
Yeah.
It's true.
One more.
They do make mice with a lot of buttons.
Yeah, it's hard to find one with
Seems
just
clumsy.
3 extra side clickers. That's probably not the name. Somebody who plays PC is like, "Fuck you! It's not called a side clicker."
I had a
think
knockout
Razer
that had 3. Yeah. A
Razer has a new mouse that has another one where the thumb is like another button, and I think it just came out, and it's set to default as like a lower DPI. So if you really like need precise movement, you just hold in your thumb button. But I mean, you can map it to whatever you want.
Damn.
That's
cool.
that's a
Not
crazy
sponsored
thing. Anyway, any other thoughts about this PC beta?
Well, it was funny because what you guys were saying, like skill-based matchmaking and stuff. My brother-in-law accidentally went into the ranked matchmaking, or the not ranked, but what do they call it? Competitive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, with and he's never played PvP before. He's not like PvP isn't his big thing. He's done Overwatch, but that's about it. And he's like, dude, we got totally shit on for like 6 matches in a row. I was like, yeah, competitive's rough right now. And he's like, yeah. And then he managed to get into the casual playlist or whatever you call it, and he's like, that felt much better. It was fun. And he's like, well, we were still getting, worked a little bit. And I told him, I said, it's a movement game, man. I said, it's like you got to think tactics. It's not all gun skill. And he's like, yeah, I'm starting to notice that. Which it was really funny. I don't know if you guys caught any of the fucking temper tantrums that were going down on Twitter, but people were like PC scrubs were like screaming at Lupo and Lumi and a couple of the other like big Destiny streamers because they were getting slapped around like bad, and it was really funny. Like it's the same kind of people who you run into them in the Crucible and they think they're totally awesome. Like, oh, I went flawless once, and it's like, that's great. Was that year one? Yeah, it wasn't as competitive or whatever, because like everybody has their flawless story from year one. So like you run into those guys, and those are the guys where you beat them and they're like, you're a fucking hacker, or like the guys who go down, like I had a couple matches where when we played trials where we were down like 4-1 and then we came back against those guys and we get shit like hate mail. I'm like, buddy, we're the worst fucking trials team ever. For you to fucking go to the brink and then lose to us, you got to be worse than us. Like seriously. You're fucking terrible if you're losing at trials to like me and some of my usual trials teammates. So like it's those kind of guys. They think they're hot shots. They run up against a team that's actually good and knows how to work together, and they get shit on. So apparently these guys, like I was like drinking coffee. I think it was Tuesday morning or something, and I flip open Twitter to see what's going on, and I'm like scrolling down, and I look, and it's like Lupo's feed was blowing up with like, I don't know if he said something about mouse and keyboard and people fucking flipped, or if they were just the like bigger or somewhat bigger PC streamers throwing temper tantrums because they got the shit kicked out of them by like Lupo and Lumi.
It's about aim assist.
Yeah, so I followed this a little bit. Like Lupo started, he was showing on his stream you could plug in a Zim and get aim assist on your keyboard and mouse. That's what he was showing, and people were pissed about it. Yeah. And people are also unfortunately not quite following his argument. Like they're crapping on him for using a Zim on PS4, but then being upset about aim assist on PC, which I don't want to speak for him. He lays it out in a nice post on Twitter. So like check it out. But really like I don't think the people that are upset about aim assist on controllers on PC are ridiculous. Like those people are absurd. Like the aim assist is not the problem on controllers. I did play on controller. The aim assist felt like Destiny on PS4. Really, like the only difference that I could see, and the only argument that I think could be made that the aim assist could potentially need to be toned down on a controller for PC is that the frame rate being what it is, the aim assist feels spot on. Like when you feel like you hit a shot, you did. You don't, how in Destiny 1, sometimes you feel like you hit a shot and it just doesn't register. And it's like, oh, ghost bullets, all this stuff. And it's like, well, like I know ghost bullets or whatever, but like sometimes you just effing missed because the frame rate, like it's just a frame rate problem, like the refresh isn't good enough to like really know. But so that might need to be looked at. But the cheating thing is a bummer. If you can just plug in a controller and get aim assist while you're on keyboard and mouse, that's going to be a bummer. That's going to be a major bummer. But I also don't know how you fix that for the game. Like Overwatch couldn't do it. Like Blizzard couldn't do it for Overwatch. So they just took it out, and that's a bummer. Like I want people that want to play on controller to be able to play. On PC. PC looks glorious. I wouldn't want to hold that away from anybody. Like. Holy hell, that strike, those environments, you got to be kidding me.
Oh, yeah.
They look incredible. Like, I cannot believe how good that game looks.
I made a joke on Twitter, and I was like, 56 days until 56 days until Destiny 2 comes out. And people were like, wait.
Saw that.
People were like, what? Did you go back in time? And I'm like, guys, you're missing the point.
Saw that.
It just like, I got kind of sad when I realized I was like, well, I thought the PC beta will go on, and when it's over, I will just, then Destiny 2 will come out, and I'll be like super happy. And then after playing the PC beta, I was like, man, it comes out at the end of October. Damn it. Like, I don't want to wait for that.
On our brother's birthday.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, and the worst part is that's like a week before my wedding, like a week and a half. So
Oh.
I'm not going
That's
to really
rough.
get to play it much.
Yeah.
Not gonna be on that mind.
Oh, well.
But yeah, all right. So Lupo's argument in a nutshell: he only cares about aim assist if there is a competitive scene in Destiny 2. If there's not, whatever, it doesn't matter, you know. But if there's going to be an actual like competitive esport kind of thing, then they can't have that. But that's the easy fix. You just make everyone use keyboard and mouse on PC anyway.
Exactly. Yeah. Like
Yep.
if there's a tournament, they're going to be tournament rules. I mean, hell, we've had tournaments where you're not allowed to equip certain exotics. You know, like
Yeah.
they can whatever rule they want for the tournament. You know,
Yeah.
and
Right.
hell, even might even be able to just turn it off. You don't even know. Like, I think that's part of the point too. Is that like we have no idea what's
Yeah.
going to happen over the next few months between
Yeah.
what during the beta, which is a beta, it's there to be tested. And I understand the argument that it's like if we're not loud now, it won't be fixed. So I get
Mhm.
that. But man, some of these people were pretty butthurt about it. Like,
Yeah, he was so
That's-
misunderstood. He was just
that's
like,
what I-
if. No, there
Yeah.
were so many ifs. Like, why are people getting so mad at him?
That's what I missed, because I thought it was like Lupo was schooling people, and they're just like, "You fucking cheater!" Da, 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 da. So it was a temper tantrum over aim assist.
oh my gosh, no! If you watched him,
Dude, he was
Yeah.
slaying.
yeah, like you don't want to go up against that guy. I mean, there are other dudes that are in the class too,
Love
but like,
it.
you really don't want to see that guy.
I love it.
You don't want to see somebody who's incredibly good at mouse and keyboard and who's been playing Destiny nonstop for the past
Yeah.
3 years. Like that's a bad combination to go against.
With a mouse and keyboard. Like, Lupo's
Yeah.
been playing with a mouse and keyboard.
Yes.
I was watching him stream and he was playing with Dr. Disrespect, and just hearing him explain to PC guys, he's like, Dr. Disrespect was like, fucking grenades. He's like, every time I get killed, it's somebody throws a grenade and shoots me, or I get killed by a fucking grenade. And he was like, oh yeah. It's like, that's the way this game goes, man. And I just like hearing him explain to PC guys, like, you're in for a rude
That's
awakening,
awesome.
boys. This shit is crazy. But yeah, and
Lupo and Dr. Disrespect.
yeah, it was fun.
I wish. No.
I just want to reiterate that you don't need a great computer to run this.
Mm-mm.
And you know, go and try it. Like the minimum specs, I don't know. The game's optimized extremely well. There are people with potato computers playing this game. So,
Yeah, that's what I heard.
I should have given it a shot.
but
You definitely should have. I have a 2013 MacBook Pro, and it ran beautifully on it.
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, I
shit.
didn't play on that. I let my kid play on it, but
I played on a better computer. Kidding me?
but he was fine. He didn't die.
Yeah.
But yeah. What sucks is like 2 days after the beta, I got my enormous mouse pad.
You gotta have that giant mouse pad.
Yeah, it's like 3 feet wide.
Giant mouse pad for sure.
Is in my meta now.
I think you're mad now. You got a giant ass mouse pad.
Nice. Good job.
Guys, there's other stuff that happened. There's this live action trailer. Did you watch it?
Yes.
So
Oh my
good.
god.
So fucking good.
It was
Oh
amazing.
my god, I watched it like 3 times in a row.
Yeah.
It was funny.
It was weird.
I was coming down the stairs watching it, and when they get to the puppies part, my fiance just looks at me and she's like, "That was fucking dumb," and I just started laughing really hard. She had no
it
idea.
was dumb, and that's why it was great.
She had no idea what I was
Yeah.
what I was watching at all. She just heard that.
It's so funny because as they start out, like, I'm watching the trailer, I'm like, where the fuck are they going with this? And then I see there's the 3 Guardians there. I'm like, okay. And it was the same thing, dude. Like when I got to the part where the Titan's just like, for the puppies, and he takes off running with fucking Sweet Business. That was where I'm like, all right, let's go. Let's do this.
Yeah, that was awesome. I think that trailer did a really good job of conveying to new players, like, you could hop in and play this. Like, I like
Yeah.
that they were addressing the new Guardian in the trailer. I was like, fuck yeah. And it just looked fucking cool. What was your favorite part of it?
Did you? Oh man, I think it was definitely the part where you see the Titan pick up Sweet Business and he just fucking loads it. And you're like, yes,
Oh,
I'm going to kill so many Cabal with that gun. It's not going to be even funny.
I think my favorite part is when he goes like all Sentinel in the dark and it looks like a neon light show back there. And I was like, ooh, he like jumps through the ceiling. I was like, this is fucking cool.
They had some amazing fucking visuals too, with like the between the actors and the CGI, like Cabal. Like there's that one where it just goes to a side shot and it's like the hallway with the three of them sliding backwards down the hallway, just fucking blasting the hall filling up with Cabal doggos.
Definitely, that's like the best shot in the whole thing. If you ask me,
cool. Yeah. It was so fucking cool.
I like the shot of the Dawn Blade with the wings like just rising up within the sword.
Dude,
like
that was really cool.
Yeah.
That last shot when the Cabal's like jumping over his line and the Warlock's jumping over with the Dawn Blade, that was cool. Shit, even the Arcstrider looked cool in that. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
Every single part of that trailer was fucking awesome.
Cool.
Yeah, it was.
I don't know. What else to say? What else do you say about that trailer? It was baller. I'm super hyped.
Right.
I would say... Go ahead, Steve.
I want a movie. That's what I say about the trailers. I want an actual movie.
I think it's as good as the other, like the D1. I went back and watched some of the D1 live action trailers, and I thought those were really cool. This was like, yeah, they just cranked it up to 11. It was like fucking awesome. Because
go ahead, Scott.
I was gonna say, I think you're right too, Ben. It really does convey like a really good sense of what Destiny's about to the new player. Because like you go back and you look at the first D1 trailers and you're just like, this is really cool, but I'm still not 100% sure what this game's about. Like, are we just shooting aliens the whole time? Is there going to be other stuff? Like, what's going on? And they show like 4 different alien races and stuff in there. And, you know, except for like the one with Taken King, where the Sunbreaker is walking along with the chaperone over his shoulder talking to the ghost, and then the Taken come out and he starts blasting them. Like the other ones weren't really as focused as that one, and this one, like, you definitely know what's going on because Cade's at the start telling you, here's the deal, and then they just turn the Guardians loose and you watch the 3, you know, actors go through and just basically murder an entire generation of Cabal, which is fucking great.
Yeah, it was just very much like, here's what's going on in this game. And then you're like, cool, I understand that. And then immediately they're like, power fantasy. You're just like, oh.
Well, I think that's what I was going to say. I think that the newer trailers play really well because of the roaming supers. Like the other, like the original trailer is my favorite one still. But I don't know. I've just got a soft spot for it. Like watching that trailer, like I could not have been more excited to jump back into video games at that time. But those supers don't play as well, I don't think. The ones that they showed, like they showed Striker and Nova Bomb and what they showed Gunslinger, I think. And I don't think those play as well on screen as the new supers do. Like back to the Taken King, like when they showed hammers, like is like, yeah. And I don't even like, I'm not a Sunbreaker at all, but like, I mean, they did have Chaperone too, so that helps. But like, you know, when they show like this dude walking around with a giant flaming hammer, it like looks cool on screen. And same with, you know, Dawn Blade and Arcstrider and Sentinel, like those look really good on screen. Like you can watch those forever. And I think that's why so many people are calling for a movie now. It's like, yeah, we want to see those dudes run around and wreck things. Why not?
Yeah.
As long as the movie's a little more serious than that, because I was like,
yeah.
Jesus.
See, like I have some criticisms about it because like it to me, like as somebody who's really into Destiny, it didn't speak to me as much as I think like newer players, which I get is a marketing thing. You know, like they got to do what they got to do for people to buy the game, and so I'm totally on board with that. But like, it didn't make me feel like my time spent in the game was like valuable at all, which is something that I was looking for personally. But that's not really that big of a deal. Like I'm not worried about it. But I do wish there were more content like that specifically toward returning players. because I love those live action trailers. Like those are like something I get really excited for. And this one missed the mark for me just a little bit, just like a tiny bit. That's as controversial as I'll get about it, I promise.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't for us. It was for the new guys. And
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. Yeah. Anything else about this? Let's move on.
No, move on. Yeah.
The raid happening. Is it a week from launch?
Yeah,
I think the 13th, right, Steve?
I think so. Yeah, that sounds right.
So is that a Wednesday?
Yeah,
Mhm.
I think it is. Which begs the question: is that the weekly reset now, or are they doing the like, weekly reset and then later the thing starts? Like, when did they start doing that? Like,
Was that like
Banner
Iron Banner
and
and Trials? They do the reset and then like 10 a.m. or something like that.
Yeah, that was a
Later.
change they made just this past year, right? Was it for Rise of Iron or? I mean, Trials has always been that way.
No, it was
but-
Taken King. Taken King is when that started. Because that was the thing, like when I was playing my first Iron Banner was like that. It starts off like 10 a.m. Pacific for Iron Banner to come out, and then it's just goes until whenever reset is.
But before that, it was always whatever time reset was. So it was like midnight Pacific or 1 a.m. Pacific, right?
Okay.
That's what it was before that. And then at one point they made a change. So I'm wondering if that's what this is, or because they haven't mentioned anything about when the weekly reset is, have they?
No, they just said that the raid starts at 10 a.m. on that 13th.
Yeah. So I'm wondering if that's when the weekly reset is, or if they're doing the like delayed like raid reset or whatever. I mean, honestly, it could just be a special case scenario for the first week of it, and then everything
Right.
goes back to normal after that. I
mean,
curious. A lot of my like weekly schedule with the fire team revolves around when the reset is. So
Yeah.
if it's resets on Tuesday, then we can keep our same schedule. And if not, we'll change it. You know what I mean? Like if it's going to reset on Wednesday, then the first game set week will be Wednesday.
Who knows?
I'm kind of surprised that they're only waiting a week to drop the raid. Like I was hoping it was going to be longer. Let us get through a bunch of stuff, and then like, hey, October, whatever, here comes the raid. And
At
I
least
thought
give me
that
till
would be
Friday.
really cool. What's that?
So at least give me till Friday. You know what
Like
I
a
mean?
week and a half instead of just a week.
I just
having it in the middle of the week is kind of a bummer.
like I don't care
not that I
they're
have
doing
any
it.
world's first or anything like that, but it's always good to have a little more time to get ready before you have to avoid Reddit and Twitter altogether.
Yeah.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
you're trying to go blind. Having it the following Wednesday is kind of a bummer.
Because then I have like all Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday while I'm at work that I'm like, I can't look at any Destiny stuff. You know what I mean?
Right. No podcasts. No.
Like I don't care. You
See,
can release it in the middle of the day, like while I'm at work. That's fine. I'm not at work just looking at Twitch, but like, don't make me black out for that long. I hate media blackouts.
Really, like a cat. Whatever, they're gonna be fine. They're gonna the optimal experience and all that kind of stuff, and they'll make it. And they have nothing to worry about, or at least nothing to worry about for them. You know what I mean? I'm sure that they're, it's a cramp, whatever. But yeah, I don't even think. Honestly, I don't think you could consider the four of us casuals. Like we play a crap ton of this game, but so yeah, like anybody that plays just a night or two a week, or like just an hour at a time or whatever, like it's going to take them like a month to get there. I know you can't appeal to everybody, but
yeah, I think when it's
stuff you don't want to hold back the best of the game for too long, but you also, like, because the raid is like, I mean, that's the game right there, like that's what we're all working toward.
True.
Yeah. But give me some time. Give me just a little bit of time. Oh, well.
I'm trying to make
2
it
weeks
happen.
would have been dope. 2 weeks would have been
trying
awesome.
to do it. That's the goal. Fellas, you will try at least to get to raid ready by that first raid.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to try.
Yeah.
Don't know if it'll happen.
I have no Yeah, I have no idea what's going on, but I'm gonna definitely try to get raid ready because I know my clan, like day one, the raid drops. They're gonna be like, all right, team one, I'll be home at 6. We've got these 6 guys, whatever. Let's do this. Team two, we're gonna start at 10. And just run it back to back with as many clanmates as we can.
I thought we were gonna do a blind raid as a podcast. I don't know. I didn't ask anybody. But
Dude, see, here's the thing with blind raids, man. I went into King's Fall blind as
Ooh.
like my first Destiny experience, and to make things even better, I went in with a bunch of tower randos. That was one of Gray Fox's ideas. He's just like, yo, let's get a fire team together and go raid. We want to play King's Fall. And we had one guy who knew what to do, and everybody else had never raided before. It was 4 hours at Totems, and I wanted to kill myself. After that, I swore I'd never do a blind raid again because it's nothing but infuriating.
Oh, dude, but we're all pros now. Come on.
Hey, Blind Wrath of the Machine was like highlighted Destiny for me. Like it was the first raid that we actually went through completely blind. By the time I got to King's Fall, some of my usual friends had usual raid members, like they had I'm not calling them friends, not Todd. Jeez Louise, that guy.
I was like, Todd.
Right, gosh. Anyway, somebody, I'm not going to mention any names, Todd. They had already gone through the raid already by for King's Fall, and honestly, like it was probably better that he did because like that raid was tough for us. But man, going blind in the Wrath of the Machine was really, really awesome.
Yeah,
like
great time.
I'm really looking forward to that experience again.
See, I totally wasn't racing to get raid ready with Rise of Iron. I was just like taking it as it goes. And the second I hit 360, Big Bear hits me on like a Sunday afternoon. He's like, yo, we're raiding. Jump in now. He's like, I got a spot for you on the team. So it's like him and our four of our other big guns from my clan who, like, as soon as the raid gets out, they're in it, or they're on it, because they take the day off. So like they knew what to do, and they would kind of tell me like mechanic wise what to do, but as far as visuals and stuff, they wouldn't say anything. So like they're like, all right, so we're at the final Axis encounter, and they're like, you see that red thing or you see that like red Siva cloud there? I'm like, yeah. They're like, go stand in it. They're like, okay. And now keep in mind, this is the same group who told me after War Priest, that big giant black ball, there's a calcified fragment in there that has like 5 or 15 Grimoire or something like that. And they knew I was hunting for Grimscore. So I immediately jumped for it and promptly died. Those are my clanmates. That's the type of shit that they do.
Go
and
chase
it's all
a
in good
spark
fun.
of light into the dick maze.
Yeah, exactly. We just we laugh our asses off when that dumb shit happens. So they're like, yeah, stand right here, and then you get fucking the dick maze. You get batted across the fucking wall and smashed on the other side. You're like, God damn it, guys. But yeah, it was super fun. And so like they had me go stand on the red Siva cloud. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna die, right? And then Axis comes out. I'm like, holy shit, like that's a fucking guy sticking out of a wall. And then he dies. And the next time we're like, all right, shoot him in the chest. I'm like, what? He's not dead yet? They're like, no, there's more. And he puts his spider pants on, and we're just like, holy
Spider
crap!
pants.
Yeah, spider pants.
And the name of the
brilliant.
episode is Spider Pants. Oh gosh, yeah. I think King's Fall. I've shoulder charged more people off the end of the dick area. I don't know, what do you call that place?
The Phallus Palace.
There we go, Phallus Palace. When you're all waiting for your last friend, so many shoulder charges of people. I fucking love that. So the raid date got leaked. No, is it leaked or did they announce it?
No,
They announced it.
No.
It was
Yeah,
announced.
I was like,
Luke
I don't want
Smith
to.
he tweeted it out. He's like, first raid is this time, trials is this.
Yep, and that's what we're gonna say now. Is that Trials was announced? Do we know that it's Trials of the Nine now?
Everyone's just been calling it Trials.
Yeah, he just said trials. I don't think it was specifically Osiris as a 9.
It's of the 9. I'm calling it.
Yeah, they gotta have something for Zer to do, right?
So, yeah, well, who knows?
I mean,
Zer's
think
not the
Zer-
only,
solid
he's
stuff,
not the only 9.
right? He's
Well,
not.
yeah, and I think we're going to be able to find him. I don't know if this is a spoiler. I'm not going to spoil it.
Yeah.
Zer's still around, but yeah, it just says Trials in the TWAB. Doesn't say of Osiris at all.
Trials of the 9 is what's gonna be. I'm calling
But
it.
Zer isn't a member of the 9. He's the agent of the 9. So there's
Yeah.
actually 9 other somethings
There-
out there.
Are there 9 other somethings?
There's 9.
Wow.
There's 9 somethings. He's
Yeah.
he's an agent of the 9 somethings.
Yeah, we don't.
So there could be multiple agents of the 9. We don't know this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well, lore. So
That's
yeah,
what I'm most
Trials.
excited about is I want to know all the stuff that's happening like in the world, in the universe
Yeah.
at this point.
Well,
There's going to be
a couple
some,
days away.
There's going to be some cool stuff. For those of you who are not trying to avoid spoilers, there was the Cabal book that comes with the D2 whatever special deluxe fancy thing, which I thought I was ordering the season pass one for $100, and apparently I got the one with the Cabal book and stuff. So that's going to be super fun to read.
Do you still get the DLC?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It was like the $100 one, and I'm like, I don't really care. I'm like, I want the game and the DLC passes. Like, give that to me. And they're like, well, we have this one with all this extra stuff. And I'm like, is that the only one with the DLC that you're selling? And I said, yes. I'm like, okay, that's the one I want then. So I got
bonus.
yeah. So I got the Cabal book coming to me. It's going to be pretty cool. But apparently somebody in Canada got their hands on a early copy of it, and they've been posting it on the internet. I won't go into spoilers, but I will say Drop Slash from Destiny Ghost Stories is tweeting out. He's tweeting about it. And the author who wrote the Books of Sorrow, Seth Dickinson, had some hand in this because he basically tweeted out and said, I'm stoked that people are getting to look at the Cabal book that's coming out. I'm glad you all enjoy it. It was super fun working on it. And I really hope that everybody enjoys reading it as much as I did working on it. So if anybody knows the lore in the Books of Sorrow, Seth Dickinson is fucking awesome.
Yes,
Some
he
of the
is.
cards that he wrote for D1 were amazing. So I'm looking super forward to that now. I will say that there are some interesting, if some of the connections that Drop Slash made between some of the D1 Grimoire and some of the stuff that's in the book with, different quote references and stuff like that, there's potentially huge stuff in there, and it's going to be really cool.
Dope. I'm
Yeah.
excited.
As far
Speaking
as
of Canadians, I think that somebody got their hands on a freaking strategy guide too, right?
Yes. Yep.
yeah,
That got
Looking
leaked
for
as well.
spoilers, they're out there. There.
And someone got their hands on a physical disc already and has been banned.
Good for that.
Yeah.
Steve, did you get your hands on a disc and get banned?
Nope.
Okay.
wish.
I
I'd get-
am not connected whatsoever.
I'd get banned for that.
Yeah,
Um,
I hope they were using an alternate account. My goodness.
Right?
If you did that on your ass account, you were asking for it.
Right? For sure.
um.
Maybe they'll get unbanned when the game comes out or like a day later.
So
Who knows? Maybe not.
I saw a list of a lot of exotics.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that too.
And I quickly was like, nope.
Okay, I
I
read
want to know.
Yeah, I don't want to do those.
I read like one of the like 8 fucking pages of them, and I will say I'm not gonna tell you what's coming back. There's everybody knows there's exotics coming back, and the way that they reworked them is interesting. I'll say that a lot of the perks that are coming on these exotics are very interesting. I was like, huh. Feels like they're
See,
taking a
that's-
different strategy with them a little bit.
Yeah, I
Okay.
saw the list. I did not read anything more than that. But I'll ask you this, Ben. Do you think the choice of exotics coming back is a little strange?
Yep, I think honestly, this makes a lot more sense just now to me. They're not bringing back crowd favorites; they're bringing back a bunch of obscure ones. But if you brought back the crowd favorites, they're They're already good. You
People
don't have
want
to
them
do
to be
anything.
the same.
So they're like, okay, let's take these ones that didn't work out and let's rework the way that they are, and then cool. I wish I could tell you there's one. There's one that in particular, but I don't want to spoil it.
Yeah, I know of one that I'm actually pretty excited about. And it was the most garbage trash gun that no one would ever use for any reason whatsoever,
Oh,
except for maybe.
See, that's not the one I'm thinking of. There was one that I saw was coming back. I'm like, that's a weird choice,
Is
but
it a
I'm
chess
really
piece?
stoked because I love that gun.
oh, gun. No.
No, I'm talking about a gun in particular that like it was my first exotic, and it was such a disappointment. So,
No, okay, so like gun
like
wise,
I got it, and I was so excited to get an exotic weapon, and I think I got it from my first vault clear, like at the exotic chest, and I was just like, "Oh my gosh, guys, I got an exotic!" Because I didn't know a damn thing about the game, and I equipped it. And the people that were with me that did know, they were like, "Yeah, good luck with that."
my first exotic was G-Horn. Got it in a Crucible match. Anyway, I was talking about armor. As far as weapons go, I haven't looked at any of the exotic weapons that are coming back. I know that Hardlight is. That's it. But that
Yeah.
was that
I
was
saw one thing before I was able
My
to
goodness,
scoot.
that was it. That was the one I was talking about. Hardlight. Hardlight was my first exotic, and I'm actually excited it's coming back because I hope that they make it worthwhile.
well.
It's such a cool looking gun and sounding
There
gun.
was-
I figured Hardlight was old news. That's from a couple weeks ago.
Well, there was actually. Did you guys watch that? I posted the link in Discord, but on YouTube this week there was an episode of Tech Support, and they had Luke Smith from Bungie on there doing it as Bungie player support. And so they went through and answered a bunch of Twitter questions. And I'm not sure if this was like, because it's hard to tell whether he's just like being sarcastic and trolling people or if he's serious. I think he was serious with this one. And they basically confirmed how the weapon mod slots are going to work in D2.
Do tell.
Yeah, because somebody asked the question about Hard Light, and they're like, we saw it was Void. And he said, yes, Hard Light's coming back. It's going to be Void. He's like, they asked if that was the way that, like, can you change the elemental damage on the elemental weapons using that mod slot? And he said, basically said yes, but no. That's how some of them are going to work. Some of the other mod slots are going to work a little differently, but he's like, yeah, you can change certain aspects about the guns and the weapons using those mod slots. So he confirmed that, like, on some of the elemental weapons, you're going to be able to change the elemental damage type using a certain type of mod. So, like, you know, if you've got your what was the Crucible hand cannon? I think it was the Warlock had Better Devils.
Yeah.
If you've got one of those and it's solar burn, and you're like, oh, it's arc burn this week on, you know, whatever I'm doing, and I have this mod that changes the thing for hand cannons. Guess what? You can change that to arc and basically make it like, or void, you know. So
Yeah.
he said not all the exotics are going to work like that, but that's how a lot of the legendary, like some of the legendaries are going to work.
I like that. I'm down for that.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
And that's
It's
how you
pretty
make
awesome.
your
I think
fifth
it's-
Better Devils worthwhile. I'm calling it.
Yeah.
Those mods aren't coming out, and that's why we're going to be like, oh, I got another Better Devils. Yes. Which will make it
Right.
really cool, though, when the mods don't come out and it's like a really rare gun. Speaking of really rare guns, I played a little bit of Destiny last night, and sitting in my inventory from the last Crucible match I played a couple weeks ago is an IS Luna with rifled barrel, rangefinder, and Icarus on it.
What gun was that again?
IS Luna. Just perfect
No
Luna.
shit.
Just rangefinder, Icarus, rifled barrel. I was like, are you kidding me?
Yeah,
still
3
like
days
it.
before Destiny 2.
Yeah.
Mm.
I still
You knew
want
it was
one.
going to happen.
Yeah, I don't care if I stop playing the game the second I get it. I still want one. I still want a good Eyes Luna.
That's
I
like-
never got one.
That's like me in the Vex Mytha class. I don't want it to use it. I want it because it's my trophy.
Exactly. I just wanted to sit there. I'll pump a bunch of modes in it. I'll level it up. I'll play one Crucible match with it, and then I will log off and play D2, and
Well,
that's fine.
The
I'll
worst
be happy.
part is I can't play any more Crucible. I told myself I wasn't going to because the last game I played was really good. I did like just a applaudable job, and I was like, "Yep, I'm done. That's it."
Going
These
out on a high
Mayhem
note.
Clash.
Yeah,
So you can do fun police this week, and it's good.
Oh yeah, Mayhem Clash. I could just be like, I'm gonna go Gunslinger, and just annoy people for the end of Destiny. Be like, meh, meta.
So here's a good question. I don't know. You guys want to talk about this now or after, but one of my clanmates posted it this week. What's your favorite loadout from like gun loadout? What are your favorite guns from Destiny, like all time?
Okay.
D1.
Saladin's Vigil. And for heavy, either Nova Mortis or the King's Fall heavy machine gun.
Harold Quillen's Terminus, yeah.
Yeah. Those are my go-tos. I fucking loved Nova Mortis for no reason. I'm just like, oh, it feels so good. I know it's Thunderlord, but it's purple. And,
makes a cool sound too.
Yeah. That ching 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 ching. It's so cool. And primary. I don't know. I'll answer primary at the end. What about you guys?
Right. Mine, I'm going with my shotgun meta loadout, which was so much fun. I had the good Luck in the Chamber Eyes Luna roll, so that was rangefinder, rifled, Luck in the Chamber. I actually used in the shotgun meta the Wrath of the Machine shotgun. I'm blanking on right now. Quantoplasm. Yeah, so I used that, and what was I using in heavy? I think it was just it was a machine gun. Yeah, I'm blank. I haven't played Destiny 1 in like a month and a half, so like I can't even remember gun names anymore. It's terrible. But my Dune Marchers had to be on too. Dune Marchers all day.
I figured out what my primary was. It's currently the Waltz, previously Clever Dragon. Yep.
What about you, Scary?
I know.
Just shaking my head over here. So it definitely depends, if we're talking about PvP or PvE, but favorite PvP loadout of all time, even though I've been playing Defender Titan with a Palindrome and Chaperone for like the past year, I still think, I mean, and that's like a super fun way to play, but I still think The Last Word is my favorite primary of all time. Like,
really?
Man, yeah, like playing Last Word and a sniper in a 1,000-yard stare. I had a 1,000-yard stare with Snapshot and Outlaw. Like it just felt good, like you get a headshot and you just reload real quick. Why not? Like you've got time. You can shade step out of there and reload. But yeah, playing that, like The Last Word with a 1,000-yard stare, like it just felt so good. Like back when The Last Word was good. It's trash now. But like The Last Word is one that I'll be bummed if that doesn't make it back into the game at some point. Like not right away, but like at some point, I'd really love to see The Last Word again. But I love those Tex Mechanica guns, so
right.
I want them.
See, for me, I split it into two categories. One was like PvE raid, and the other was PvP. And I said for PvE, my favorite was primary. I'd have to go with Hung Jury with Triple Tap and Firefly, or Genesis Chain. I couldn't decide because those two are really fucking good, and I use them all the fucking time. For special, for PvE, it was either my vendor vacancy, which is I guess a god roll, or any like god roll Thesan fusion rifle, because those things were just monstrous. They were like the best high impact without being a full high impact, because with a long charge time, they were like I think a 4-bolt kill fusion, which were, I mean, I fucking use it all the time in raids and shit. They were great. And for heavy, I went with Gjallarhorn. It was basically heavy was where all my exotics lived.
Yeah.
Like Gjallarhorn, Sleeper Simulant, and the exotic swords, because those were for me the only weapons, or maybe I should say the weapons that felt the most exotic in Destiny. There was nothing else that came close to those weapons for me. Sleeper Simulant, because the quest was unique and the weapon was just unreal. Gallahorn because Gallahorn, and then the exotic sword quest. Like the farming materials was super annoying, but the second you took a Dark Drinker into Wrath of Machine in that Axis encounter, man, it was game over. You could just fucking ruin people's days. The exotic swords were so good. Now for PvP, I said probably my favorite loadout was the shotgun meta loadout that I had. So I'm going to agree with Steve on that as well. I would say probably Mida with my God Roll Matador. And then whatever heavy weapon I had, I think it's like some rocket launcher or something that has grenades and horseshoes on it that I got from Iron Banner. Like, I barely ever used it. It was always just Mida Matador or Parthian Matador. But I like the when I set up for PvP, I like to have like a longer range weapon and a shorter range weapon. So I'll split them. And Mida Matador seemed to be my sweet spot.
The Mitador.
Yeah.
New gun for Destiny
Can
2.
you imagine?
Oh,
It's a
Just
shotgun
like
that gives you
Ben's-
increased movement speed and maps you. The Mitador.
I would love that.
Ben's Eyes Luna thing that happened with me with Matador. I got my God Roll Matador the day they nerfed shotguns.
Man.
Like I remember people being all piss pants about it, but
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay.
yeah, I still love playing shotgun. Like,
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
I still bust out that uni every once in a while. Yeah.
Gosh, I can't. I
Well,
feel
like
like Uni is like throwing like a freaking rock at somebody. It just doesn't do anything.
no, wait,
No way.
Every time I use
Well, you
it,
just-
I'm
you have
like,
to play with no backup plans. If you don't play it with no backup plans, you're going to be reloading all the time. So you're going to want that. What is it called? War Machine? I forget what it's called.
Yeah.
So you reload, and you definitely want that overshield. Take some damage.
yeah, I don't know. I feel like I bury it in their chest, pull the trigger, and they're like, ha 3 tap. And I'm like, how did you do that fast? Your gun, it doesn't even shoot that fast.
Hop into some Mayhem Clash with me. We'll do the universal. No backup.
All right, we can try it.
I'll run double shotguns. I don't give a crap.
Yeah,
be
I
great.
run double shotguns
Dude.
all the time in the shotgun battle.
Yeah, like seriously, people fucking complain about that, but there was a guy who I played with one Crucible match. It was Iron Banner. I think it was Control. One of our guys who we teamed up with had a fucking God Roll Matador, and he was like one of the first people to get a God Roll Matador, and he was using Universal Remote. He went 32-4 in one match. Because he would just bait these idiots into like running through a doorway, and he's standing there with both shotguns out, like, surprise, bitch, bam, done, So it was like, and it kept working, which is the sad part. Like most players, you do that a couple times, you're like, all right, this guy's going to try and bait me through that door. I'm not going to fall for it. I'm going to see if I can flank him, or I'm just going to back off. The same as like somebody hard scoping a sniper hallway. These people just kept running into it. They just got so fucking mad. They're like, I'm going to get him this time. Bam. Nope.
I'm gonna miss that kind of stuff. Just running around with shotguns and fusion rifles all the time.
So good.
D1.
We'll break D2. We'll break it. We'll find fun things like that.
Yeah, I guess.
So honestly, because part of the appeal of Destiny is just feeling so powerful,
Yeah.
and especially like in PvP, it can be obnoxious when you're on the other side, of course,
Yeah.
where you're feeling powerless. But man, I don't know, sliding through a doorway and shotgunning like 3 dudes feels good, and
Yeah.
I hope that can still happen against people that are terrible at PvP and D2.
It's no coincidence that most of my PvP highlights, if I had any, from D1 are all shotgun moments. I still remember there was this one. We were playing Trials, and it was me, Gray Fox, and I think one of the other guys from the early days, Velmont, or it was either Velmont or our buddy Super Supra. And so it was what's the European Dead Zone map with the cathedral at Sea Flag? Is that Widow's Court?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, Sunbreaker Titan, Twilight Garrison, I'm running Matador and Parthian, and or no, I think I was running Grasp at that point because it was still Grasp and Malak, Clever Dragon. So I run we spawn in. I run hard right. Spawn at the church. I run hard right up the stairs, and I jump over to the little ledge above the stairs, and then jump through. I managed to bait 2 warlocks. They see me. They start chasing me. So I back off, and I'm like, fuck. So I Twilight Garrison up onto the ledge inside the door, and I'm like, man, I hope this fucking works or I'm dead, because they both have their grenades. So the first guy runs through the door, and I fucking pop him with the Matador. He drops. His buddy's right behind him, sees him get fucking lit up, doesn't even look at me. So I just stickied him as he runs by me, and then he blows up. Which it was like an amazing moment for me. And then we lost the round because Gray Fox pushed too hard, and those 2 respawned. But it was one of those moments where I was just like, I can't believe that fucking worked.
Nice. Yep.
Man.
Oh man.
Well, I think that's the last time we're going to talk about D1, really. I mean, other
Yep,
than
'cause
comparing D2 to D1.
True.
This is it,
Next
guys.
week we'll be
That's
playing
goodbye.
D2.
This time next week, we'll probably have been at least halfway through the story missions.
Yep, we're
Sleep
we're
deprived.
hopefully going to be kind of raid ready.
Oh my god. Super
Yeah, that
sleep
would be
deprived.
awesome.
Well,
Awesome
In-
for raid ready.
in true Barely Destiny show fashion, we got to hit our barely mark. And I got some news. Please don't auto play this video.
I'm Ryan.
Oh my god.
And I-
Shut up, Ryan. Nobody cares. Ryan wants to quit
I
smoking.
quit smoking with Shantix.
Oh my god. That'll come out fun. Okay.
You gotta get a new ad blocker, man.
Yeah, I do.
That.
God damn Huffington Post. So this is fucking crazy. Thailand turned their stray dogs into street guardians. And this is how.
Oh shit.
They put vests on them that every time they bark, cameras turn on. So they can just
Oh.
see like weird shit going on. Weird. Super weird.
That's awesome.
It's
So
it's
wait, in
very
Thailand,
strange.
they're turning stray dogs into street guardians?
And into cameras.
Yeah.
They have like little roaming cameras because every time the dog barks, they can just be like, "Oh, what's going on over here?"
No shit.
I feel
That is
like
not a bad idea. That's an incredible idea.
Yeah, that's
who's
brilliant.
watching all that though? They've got to be like a month in. They're just like, "You never see anything. It's always a banana peel. It's always a garbage can. I don't see anything."
This
here."
motherfucker's got bacon in his pocket.
Yeah, what the fuck? It's just 2 dogs staring back at each other. They're barking. They're
Yeah, but
street
it can
dogs.
also be very, very entertaining too, or if they like are chasing somebody or like
Yeah.
they pack up and like attack a child or something.
Oh
I
my
don't know.
god! If they
I think
pack
it
up
would
and
be-
attack a child, what the fuck?
Wow, this got dark quick.
Who are?
Stray dogs, you never know. You never know.
Oh god!
Damn, Steve.
Maybe they'll attack this guy from New York City who a sinkhole swallowed his leg as he crossed the street, which is fucking terrifying. He's just walking across a street and his leg was just like, thump, just went in.
New York City, the only place where sinkholes are also like, hey, fuck you.
That's got to be so fucking crazy, though. It's just like all of a sudden you step and just, oh, I fell in a hole. It's just his leg, though.
I mean, is he okay?
Yeah,
Did
they
he
got
get his
him
leg
out.
out?
They got him out.
Okay.
They didn't have to, like,
didn't know
97
that-
hours or whatever that movie is.
Yeah. Yeah.
They turn him into a traffic directing cop. He's just stuck there.
Ew. What would you do if something, like,
Spilled-
brushed against your foot during it? Creepy.
Cry.
Oh shit.
A feather comes up and tickles your foot, and you're like, ah. I don't know. I was like, that's kind of weird. That happened. There's an okay. So the flood happened in Texas, and that's a tragic thing. But a lot of weird stuff happened as a result of flooding, like this alligator sanctuary. If the floodwaters get higher, they could release roughly. Sorry. They could release roughly 350 reptiles if the waters get any higher. So just a bunch of
God
gators.
damn.
Just that's crazy, right? That's super crazy.
Yeah. That's really less than ideal. That's not what you want
So
when it comes to your gator habitats.
Be on alert
Right.
for
Jesus.
gators. God, is that a lot of gators? Like 350, like spread out over that flood area. Is that a lot? Is that gonna mess up the ecosystem or anything like that?
Probably. I mean, it doesn't sound like a super lot, but that's like way more alligators than you want out roaming around.
I think that's the point right there. More than you want.
I was gonna say, is there a set number of gators that are like acceptable? Like, okay, so there's 5 within a 10-mile radius. That's only like 2 per mile or something. We're good. You know, we're good.
Ugh.
Yeah.
300.
Hopefully, most of the people are
50,
evacuated by
fuck.
this point. My goodness, you know,
Yeah.
and like not floating around on their roof or whatever. You know, like yeah.
Maybe one of these gators got into this guy's house because some guy returned to his house and there was a fucking gator in it. And that's fucking
What?
scary. Can you imagine coming
That's
home and be like,
insane.
I'm going to grab some stuff I need, and you're like, oh, fuck, that's a gator.
Wasn't that a Bam
That's a
Margera
big
video?
gator.
Wait, what, Steve?
Wasn't that a Bam Margera video?
Yeah. This is like worse because you don't have an
Except this
asshole
actually
friend in it.
happened. They didn't set this up ahead of time.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
no like
yeah.
safety crew at your house. You're just like, fuck, there's a gator. I saw some.
But apparently,
Go
that
ahead.
kind of shit happens in Florida all the time because I've read multiple news stories where an alligator finds its way into somebody's house because of a doggy door. And so, like, people come home from the supermarket and they're just like, oh, I'm going to put more toilet paper in. Oh, my God, there's a fucking alligator in our tub. Why is there an alligator in the tub?
I love all the videos of people wrestling gators or like getting like if there's a gator that gets somewhere it shouldn't get, the people that show up to take care of it always look fucking hilarious. Like cut off shorts, no shoes, like fucking open shirt and
because you
baseball
have to
hat.
be insane to be a professional alligator wrestler. Like,
That's crazy. You're just like, oh, there's a gator in my house, and this guy's like, I'm here to get the gator.
I just see. I would love to see a professional gator wrestler that either dresses like Crocodile Dundee, or like comes out with the fucking luchador mask and everything, and is just like, I am here for the gator with a cape. He like just jumps in and fucking suplexes the gator in the tub.
Okay, if you show up dressed as Crocodile Dundee, whenever you get paid for that gig, you have to be like, and that's a Crocodile Dundee deal.
Oh my god.
Just make a bunch of Crocodile Dundee puns the entire time you're working. Oh my god.
You call that a knife? This is a knife.
I mean, not
that'd be a great show. I'd watch that show.
so.
Any kind of reality TV show about gator hunting, I'm down.
I was
But
gonna
only
say
if it's
they
like
had-
house call.
Like
be house
Dog the
call.
Bounty Hunter, but it's
Yeah, like Dog the Bounty
gators.
Hunter, but for gators in people's houses in Florida, and it's got to be in Florida. I will accept no.
Yeah. Jesus.
fucking Florida, man.
So if you find a
Crazy
gator
shit.
in your home during a flood, maybe you'll get saved by these guys who saved an elderly couple on jet skis. They like showed up, backed the jet ski into their house, were like, "Get on," and just rode away.
Wow.
I was
See
like,
this
That's amazing.
story of
All right.
heroism.
this flood is horrible, right? But like the kinds of things that you hear because it's Texas this time and not like Florida or New Orleans or something like that are just amazing. Like I saw so many like, well, you laugh at my truck now kind of things.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Dude,
and
I'll
it
be
just looks like Texas is
completely
having a
honest.
blast with this flood.
I'll be completely honest. Like coming from a gearhead perspective, specifically like off-roading, every time I'm out running around and I see some guy with a lifted truck, like a giant lifted truck that clearly has no use other than to drive through mud pits at some speed, I laugh at these people because like I'm a Jeep guy. I build my Jeep to go climb rocks and do all this other crazy shit. So I see these dudes with like tractor tires and 100 inches of lift rolling down the street. I'm like, what's the point of that? Like but I've seen a ton of videos. There's actually a couple of like truck clubs that basically loaded their mud trucks and their like these giant, basically monster trucks onto fucking like construction flatbeds towed by a semi. And they're all like deploying to Houston, like they're part of the fucking army. And they're just like, yep,
Love
we're
it.
here. And so they're driving around in these giant, like, basically mud trucks with tractor tires, like rescuing people and handing out food. And like, there was one YouTube video where it was like this first gen Dodge Durango on like 52-inch tractor tires. So if you imagine like tires that go on like a backhoe or a combine, like some giant ass tire, no way it belongs on the street ever. And so this dude's rolling down the street with a and this is all like these aren't like, you know, Billy Joe Bob's piece of shit like 82 Ford that he used actual 2x4 wood blocks in the suspension. These guys have sunk shitloads of money into their trucks, like legit monster trucks. I see this stuff and I'm like, you know, as much as I like laugh at their builds, these guys have legit builds. And it was like this Dodge Durango and this like four-door Ford F-250 Super Crew with like a giant fucking like 52-inch tires or something. They hooked up to a military vehicle and pulled it out of the water. It was just floating there. And they're like, all right, let's go. And they're just hauling it out of the water bit by bit. And there's all these army guys in like public who's like standing around when it fully makes it out of the water. Everybody's clapping and cheering and stuff. And it was just really funny. So like, and C-SPAN or CNN actually interviewed some of these guys. And there's one dude, he's got his truck all shined up and he's got like the underglow on it because apparently underglow is a thing for fucking mud trucks. I didn't know this. And he's like, you know, it's like in the background and they're talking to these dudes about like their group that came down to help. And it's just one of those things that I thought was like really fucking amazing. Cause like you said, like you see floods in like other places and stuff. And like, you'll get people with rowboats or other boats, like helping here, like the highway. I saw a screenshot of the highway going into the Houston area. And again, I don't know if this was legit or if it was a joke, but it was like 100 fucking like cars and trucks with either a boat behind them of some sort, like a bass boat or something else, or like a giant lifted mud truck on the back of a trailer, like going into Houston to help these people out, which is crazy.
Wow. Yeah.
Damn.
I saw a Pizza Hut manager just made a ton of pizzas, grabbed some canoes, and like was going around handing out pizzas to people that were stuck.
That's awesome.
That's really awesome.
Is.
Just rowing around a canoe. Like, hey, you guys want some pizza? What? Some guy on a boat just.
The answer is always yes to that question.
Yeah.
Is there banana peppers on it? Yeah. No. That's me. I don't want it. So, guys, I was looking up news stories, and this is probably the most horrifying thing in the world. You know, they're making a remake of It.
Oh yeah.
Apparently they're doing a screening of It that you can only go to if you're a clown. So,
nope.
Yeah, that's fucking terrifying. Can you imagine like seeing like that when that movie lets out, and then just a bunch of clowns coming out? Fucking.
Yeah, imagine people going into that same theater to see the next showing of It.
Yeah.
And seeing clowns there. I don't like that.
Nope.
Yep.
I don't like it. And it's fucked up. All right. Well, guys, that's been our show for today. All hell is breaking loose at my house. There's dogs crying, people screaming. I'm getting a bunch of texts from my fiance. Everything's going to hell. We'll be back next week with D2 though. So
D2.
Yeah. See ya, D1. You loser game. I'm done with you anyway. I don't give a shit.
It's finally almost here, man.
Guys, I'm super hyped about it. Oh, man. It's going to be a lot of fun. But yeah, you guys can send us questions. We would like you to send us questions so that way we can answer them. And, you know, D2 is coming out. Send us questions about D2. Maybe we'll try and figure them out. That's going to be sent to barelydestinyshow@gmail.com, or you can tweet them at us at barelyads. You can find me on Twitter, on Twitch, on Steam, on BNet. Well, BNet is different. I'll figure that out. And I'll give it out before the next thing comes out.
Got the number on it.
Yeah,
it's terrible.
I hate that. It's stupid. Whatever.
I like the number.
Ben Malone everywhere. And hit me up on PlayStation. We used to talk a lot about how we want people to hit us up and play with us. And I haven't gotten a chance to play with anybody in a while. So hit me up.
Yeah.
Wow.
You want to play? Hit me up. I'm always down to play. I do a lot of playing by myself, so I'm always hoping somebody will be like, "Hey man, you want to play?" And I'll be like, "Yeah." You got to make the first move. I'm a classy lady. Anyway, Steve, where can people find you?
You can find me Twitch and Twitter and email Xanafan711, all the same. Paladin Pals podcast episode 1 was recorded last night, so look for that. That was a lot of fun. But yeah, hit me up on PSN also to play. Just send a message, because a lot of Paladins players like to just be like, play with me. So like, if someone random just adds me, just tell me you're a Destiny person, and then I'll add you. But if you don't, I'm assuming you're a Paladins person, and I won't add you.
Yeah, but if you play Paladins, fuck you. I don't want to play.
I do want to play Paladins. I would just like to know who you are first.
Yeah, so whatever. Scott.
Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Slapshot Scott. Those are zeros. That's pretty much it. Haven't been playing too much Destiny lately, but you can bet your ass I will be playing D2. I'm going to try and run through the story campaign missions solo, so I can hear all the great music and dialogue and stuff. And I'm going to try and stream that. So
Cool. How's that YouTube
I
coming?
guess look for it. You know what, dude?
It's my favorite segment of the show,
Yeah.
by the way.
I haven't done anything with it because I have other stuff going on.
We're working on stuff.
Stuff we're
Yeah.
excited about.
Yes.
Scary.
So.
Where can people find you
Dude,
terrorizing the internet?
I am scary internet guy everywhere. You can find me. I'll be there.
Sometimes with less vowels. Sometimes actually just scary internet guy.
Yeah, but you'll figure it out. It'll be fun.
All right, cool.
He's
It's like a
smart.
scavenger hunt.
Again,
Yeah. I'm playing hard to get. You got to make the first move on Ben, but I'm playing hard to get.
you guys hear that dog? It's crying. It's trying to get in here. Anyway, we're going to be playing Cold Front. Again, it's coldfront905.bandcamp.com. Good stuff. And guys, I'll see you in Destiny 2. And listeners, oh, by the way, thank you so much to our listeners. Last week's episode got 100 downloads in a week. So that was the first one that's happened to us. So thank you
might
guys
have to
so
answer
much.
that pineapple pizza question soon.
Yeah,
Oh,
just
no.
twice as many. Yes.
Gotta start somewhere.
By D3.
That's what it is.
will
Everyone
be-
wants to know our thoughts on pineapple pizza. That's
Nobody gives a shit.
what-
We're trying to make our own news. We're trying to hype it up to be something. And I'm going to continue to do it. Someday, if you guys are persistent, I'll answer pineapple on pizza. What do we do if we go on to DRP ever? Just tell them no.
yeah, we know. Yeah, we'll tell them that.
We just have to plug our own show. Be like,
Yeah,
well,
we'll
if
have
you
to-
listen to episode whatever of Barely a Destiny Show, you would know
Every
the
episode.
answers.
We'll just tell them,
We
okay,
answer-
if we're on DRP and we haven't hit that yet, we'll be like, okay, we have this thing. We can't answer this question. So when this happens, you guys have to come on our show, and then we'll answer it.
Yeah.
So
there
anyone
we go.
from
We'll
Dirt
figure it
Fam,
out. I don't want to
listening.
answer that question, though. I hate that question.
I know, I don't really.
Oh
either.
my gosh, this dog. All right, guys, I'm going to play this music. I'm going to mute this mic. And until next week, be the light you want to see in others. See ya.
Later,
Peace
guys.
out, everybody.
Later.
Oh, man. Forgot to hang up.
I think it's 'cause I learned to always speak my mind. Never want to waste my time. That's why I drive instead of sleep.
Thank you for listening to episode 31 of Barely a Destiny Show. We'll be back with all that sweet, sweet D2 next week at about 2 p.m. Eastern. Thanks for listening. Goodbye.